Welcome to the Lee Michaels Show with Carol and your daily cast of characters, where we discuss the issues of the day, entertainment news, what's really going on in Washington, and the world. Why don't we just hear it from the horse's mouth himself?
We can't have someone in the Oval Office who doesn't understand the meaning of the word confidential or classified. I don't think it's safe to be briefed on national security because the word will get out. I know at some point they're going to want to brief me, but I'm not a talker about this stuff. This is like Watergate, only it's worse. Because here, our foreign enemies were in a position to hack our most sensitive national security secrets.
Of course, it turns out the Russians didn't need to hack Hillary's email server. They were able to hack Trump's mouth.
This is like Watergate, only it's worse.
The Lee Michaels Show on the Power of Voices Radio Network.
The man is nuts. He should be committed. That's my position. And I'm sticking with it. Good morning. Hello. Good afternoon to those on the East Coast. How's your world? We're still here. The world has not come to an end, but the idiot prevails. Why? Oh, why did this moron go to Arizona and just completely do stupid stuff? And who is this fool behind him talking about blacks for Trump? Did this moron go to? I mean, really? Really? No. Not happening. Not going down like that. His t-shirt should have said negroesforsale.com. We have been bought and paid for. Skinning and grinning. What's wrong with these people? I understand these guys, there's like 3 of them that came in from Florida. No surprise there. Whew. Lord have mercy. What the hell is going on with people? What happened to common sense? Did they just pack up and leave the country? And go to Bora Bora? Goodbye. Leave. Go. See ya. Don't want to be ya. What the hell was that circus last night? Oh, my God. Let me bring in my kick in the side. My main, hailing from Chicago. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, Chris Bass.
Boom, shakalaka.
What the hell's going on, man?
Now, hold on. I got to call you out for 1 second.
What?
You said yesterday, no Trump news for Wednesday and Thursday. You said that, sir, before we signed off yesterday.
Yeah, I know.
And as soon as I'm on here on standby, you played that intro again, and then go after him again. You said it's going to be a Trump-free day today, man.
And I changed it to Tuesday. No Trump Tuesday. So starting next week. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I couldn't stick with it.
You had to break your own law.
I did, man. I did. This damn fool is just... And what's the guy's name that said that he's not fit? He's basically called him crazy. He's not fit.
Right.
Clapper?
Yeah, I gotta get his real name.
James Clapper.
I keep calling him something else. Is it James Clapper? Okay.
Yeah. I think that's... Yeah.
Clap on, clap off.
Clap on, clap off. He said the president is just not fit to be, he thinks there's something wrong with him. Well,
he is correct.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been confirmed. I've been saying it all along.
Oh, help. Yeah.
What is the problem here, man?
Well, in all seriousness, it's obviously something's wrong with him mentally. I mean, seriously, the way he comports himself, that little tiny thing he does with his fingers while he talks. I mean, something's wrong mentally. He has to pace himself while he talks, a little, pinching thing that he does. That's all psychosomatic, man. So we knew that from the beginning, but now, of course, him having the biggest platform ever, so-called running this country.
Yeah.
He's showing how he has so many dents in his armor, man. It has to be. If they can prove that he is mentally unfit, he could be removed from office. Seriously.
Yeah. Well, I think the whole damn administration is mentally unfit.
Well, there you go. That's a whole different story there.
I mean, really. I mean, and then they introduce Carson, and that's illegal because this is being paid not a political campaign fund. So now Ben Carson, Dr. Ben, paging Dr. Ben, is in trouble, as well as far as I'm concerned, the president and everybody, all of his advisors and secretaries. How in the hell did they not know this was illegal to introduce an appointee by the president at this type of rally? It's not a campaign rally. Well, it is and it isn't. But it's paid for by, I think, it's paid for by the Republican Party, and that you can't do that. So we'll see if this falls into another thing from this corrupt government. But there are those people out there that have just got their head so far up his ass that will just say, well, there's no problem. He's doing a good job. No, he isn't. He's destroying your country. He's making a buffoonery of the seat of the presidency. When are you guys going to get that? Well, he's not a politician. No, he isn't. And every fool around him is not glued into what the procedures, the policies, and the rules and regulations to follow when you're supporting the president. So the whole freaking administration is nuts. Wait a minute, let me check my pulse here. Let's see. Blood pressure going up.
Yeah, yeah.
God, damn it.
Check it, man. But no, go back to what you said about you're right, James Clapper, the former director of national intelligence. I mean, when he mentioned him about another thing he mentioned I thought was an interesting quote was he's worried about Trump's access to nuclear codes.
No question.
So once again, it goes back to what he said about him being mentally unfit.
And everybody around him. How do you let the president of the United States continuously make a mockery of the seat that he's sitting in? How do you allow him to do that? Why don't they just hog-tie this this fool and not allow him to get in front of a camera or microphone? And please, God, please. Hey, listen, I enjoy Twitter. I use it almost every day. Sometimes I send out tweets. Sometimes I just read the stuff that comes over. But either, and I'm praying on this, please take his damn phone away from him, at least for a day. Make it just disappear, or Twitter, go out of business. I mean, if we have to go to that extreme, go bankrupt and just leave. And then maybe he'll go on, what's the other one? Snapchat. And that limits you to what, 7 or 10 seconds?
Correct.
So maybe we can contain him to 7 seconds, like we used to do to the DJs. You got 15 seconds. After that, your mic is going to get automatically cut off. So you better talk fast, mama.
Right.
So, yeah, maybe that's what we need to do. Take his Twitter account away from him, delete it, and all of the buffoonery, the tens of thousands of tweets that he's done in 6 months, let alone the ones he did beforehand, and put him on Snapchat. And maybe that'll cut him down at least. He'll have to talk fast. I don't know. I'm just looking for a solution. The only solution, Chris, is very simple. Get this mofo out of the president's office, period.
That's it.
And everybody wrapped around him. Pack these morons up and get them out. That's it. Nothing short of that am I going to be happy with. I'm just not. I'm not going to be happy with anything short of just getting him out of here. Disappear. Press delete on your keyboard. Bye-bye.
Yeah, he has to get out of here. Look, it's only going to happen more so if the GOP gets involved. Because, it's going to be obvious on the Democratic side because they're the opposition. But when his own party says, okay, that's it, you got to go, then that's where we'll start to take more action. The more Republicans will come forward and say, you know what, we have to probably rethink. And once again, how many resets do you need? If I hear the word reset one more goddamn time.
Really?
Because every time, well, the president needs a reset. He's had, 95 already? I mean, come on now. How many resets do you need?
No more resets. He needs electrical shock treatment.
I go along with that.
You remember that One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest movie?
Yes, Jack Nicholson, right.
They cooked his brain. At least he pretended his brain was cooked.
At one point in the movie, right. Yeah, fried. Fried. I thought like egg boiling on the skillet, right?
No grease, no. Skin
raw.
Burns and the whole 9. Yeah,
raw.
Homeboy needs to be cooked. He needs to be plugged in and cook that brain until his tongue is hanging out like.
Yeah. Over there, with slobber knocking.
Yeah, dribbling down his chin. All of it.
And even
$2,000 shirt.
And even that would make more sense, him just drooling and dribbling.
Just shut him up.
Yeah, he needs, it's time. It's overtime.
Please.
Needs to go.
Yeah. Right now. And these idiots that go out, maybe they're just looking for a photo op. Maybe they're just looking at this guy as the entertaining president. Those are the same damn fools that watch all these, what do you call them, reality shows. Same damn fools that go out to see Trump, watch his TV show, The Apprentice and all that crap. You're fired. See, there's a lot of soft noodles around here. People that they just don't have a brain. They can't, as Jethro would say, decipher between right and wrong, good and bad. They just want to believe some foolishness.
Right.
Why? What is the problem? Why can't y'all understand that this guy has no desire to do anything to benefit you? Please pay attention. Don't believe the hype. 99% of the bovine that this guy spits out of his mouth is not going to happen. Why? Now he's pissed off the members of Congress, the Senate and the House. He's picked a fight with McConnell. Now I don't like McConnell worth a damn. I wish he would just go away, pack him up when they move the Trump crew out, put his shit in there too. Go back to Kentucky. Bye-bye. Delete forever. But he's picking on the wrong guy now. He's just started a war with the top guy in the Senate. How's that? I mean, come on. And I have no respect for Paul Ryan. He's just a little sissy boy as far as I'm concerned. He won't stand up. Well, no, I don't think it would be bad to censor the president because that would just divide the country. No, moron, it's already divided. The reason it's divided because we got your boy in the House. And until you come to the realization that it's not good, and you continue to lay down and be a softy and allow this stuff to go on, well, we passed 300 bills, since January. And yeah, but it's taken this country backwards. You're cutting funding for education. Listen, let me go on record of just saying, yes, I believe that the United States government wastes money. No question about that. But you don't go backwards, take the money out of various important things like education. We're slipping in that category. People used to bum rush us to come here to get our education because it was so damn good. Well, you know, that ain't looking that way anymore. So the bottom line here is this. Don't take money away from the education department. Fix the corruption. Go in there and find out where the money is going, and if it's not going to the appropriate places, if they're spending money on stupid shit, stop that. Redirect those dollars to further the advancement of the educational levels in this country. Make those dollars perform better, but don't just take them away. That's not going to get rid of the corruption. That's not going to stop the stupidity that goes on in all of the federal government programs, whether it's Social Security, health care, the education, the military budget. Increase that. You increase our ability to kill, but not to educate. How smart is that? Come on, where's the comments and where's the thinking in that? Y'all gonna piss me off so bad I'm gonna run for dog catcher.
Dog.
Yeah, DAWG catcher.
Right.
And I'm gonna catch all the badass dogs in the United States of America. I'm gonna be the U.S. dog catcher of America. I'm gonna be the head dog catcher. And I'm going to release them badasses on all the stupid people in Washington, D.C., starting with the White House.
Yeah, a lot of catching.
Dogs hanging from the ass. Mouth full of gum ass. You know, but the dogs probably said, "Oh, man, I don't want none of that." No.
Right.
No. Give me somebody else to chew on. That's some nasty meat there.
That's right.
Nah, I'm good, Lee. I love you, man, but give me somebody else.
Right.
You know? No, I want that. That's poison shit there, right? No, dog. I'm out.
But see, like we said before, I mean, I'm out.
I'm out. Nah, I'm good. Put me back in the cage, dog.
Right. But you see, this is what we had a conversation before about how this is what you get. I mean, once again, he's already showed you his yes from the beginning, so people should not be surprised. So when you talk about him being at a rally and he's taking swipes at Senator John McCain and he's before Mitch McConnell and the GOP and the media, I mean, this is what he does.
Yeah.
You know, I always find movies or TV as some form of reference to reality. I mean, real reality, not the reality we see on television now. Like, for example, from the movie Scarface, there's a scene where he's in this, you know, big, huge step into the floor bathtub, and it's huge, you know. So he's chilling out, cigar in hand, and one of the things he says in the scene was, "Who do I trust? Me. Who put this together? Me. I trust me." See, that's Trump. No, anybody could be thrown on the bus. Anybody. There's no allegiance or alliance. I'll use you to the time I can use you, then you got to go.
That's it.
Yeah, that's him, man. I told you, he's Nino Brown. He's Nino Orange.
Okay, wait a minute. Let's just do, because people want to keep dancing away from the facts. The fact is, he ran on, I'm a smart guy, I'm rich, I'm a great, successful business person. I know how to negotiate. I know how to do every damn thing. I'm the smartest SOB in the world, okay? Now, if you're so damn smart, why is it that many of our allies don't want to have nothing to do with us, number one? Number two, you have fired, 7 or 8 people now? Your picks, your people are leaving your various advisory boards left and right, but you're so damn smart. You're being investigated, but you're so damn smart. You're the smartest guy in the room. I'm a successful businessman. You don't want anybody poor to be in this position. Who says that? Who says that? Just because a person is not in the same economical category as somebody else does not mean they're an idiot. Mm-hmm. Does not mean that they don't have common sense. Does not mean that they don't know how to negotiate, reason, and motivate people. So, no, none of that makes sense to me. I don't buy into any of that. 45 is a pimp extraordinaire at best. That's the only thing that he's good at. Pimping you, not me. I'm not one of those Negroes sitting behind him with a sign talking about blacks, plural, for Trump.
Wasn't that sad? That really was, pitiful.
And they came in from Miami. There's 3 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what's that all about? They got paid. If you're one of those, go to Negroes.com and sign up so you can go in and get your little paycheck and do your buffoonery and coonery. I'm calling them out. I'm tired of it.
Yeah. It's sick. It's like that Trump supporter on Fox News who's black has started to cry because he realized Trump was not for him.
No,
no, really, it's like, it was a wake-up call for him to realize that, wait a minute, Maza don't love us no more? Oh, Jeebus, oh, Lord have mercy, we got to run back to the plantation and call on white Jesus. Really, he had a breakdown moment. And so, I don't feel sorry for him at all. But just the fact that he had this revelation, I hope it was a true revelation, but he had this revelation during the interview that he is not for him. I'm like, okay, well, you learned your lesson, son. Now what are you going to do from there? He was, Master, no walls no more. Now I can't get no grits and tattered clothing.
Yeah, some people,
wake up moments, man.
It's
sick.
What's those girls' name? The 2 black girls that been up Trump's butt.
Oh, yeah, time. Diamond and somebody else, yeah.
It ain't diamonds and pearls, I tell you that.
Hell nope.
Yeah, they still out there stumping for the Trumpster.
Well, of course.
I don't get it, man.
Oh, yeah, of course. You just said it paid. It's like pay for play. It's like, okay, see, look, I do have some black friends, some black supporters.
Mm-hmm.
Some of my best friends are black. We always heard that over the years, so there you go.
Yeah, just white people, when you're trying to redeem yourself and not appear to be a racist, don't say some of my best friends are black. Because that's a dog whistle. That dog won't hunt, okay?
Blow the whistle.
Yeah, that's we understand that one. Don't do that. Don't use that one. Don't do it.
Nope.
But anyway, this is a complete mess. America is holding her head down, saying, just shaking her head, saying, "Lord have mercy, what happened? How did we get here?"
Yeah.
And then I have heated debates with these right-wing nut job, knuckle-dragging Republicans, conservatives, neo-Nazis, racists, Ku Klux Klan thinking, skinning and grinning jackrabbits. And it's just like, the problem is, and it's primarily white males, are scared to death because they realize that America has changed, is constantly changing, and it's walking away from the mindset that they have. Their beliefs. America is no longer an all-white male-controlled country. It's just not. And they don't want to accept that. And Trump came along and woke up these jackasses, re-empowered them to think that it's okay to be racist, divisive, and to say and do whatever the hell they want to do. And they can't. America has moved on. We have stepped away from that. The majority of the people, I'm not naive. Don't think that I don't understand that there is a significant number of closet racists. They're out there. I know that. I see them every day.
Right.
It's clear. They can't help it. No longer. You don't need a neon sign on the top of your head saying I'm a racist for us to see and know that that's who you are. It's in your DNA. It's in your face. It's in your facial expressions, in your eyes, the way you walk, the way you talk. We know. We've been around you a long time now. And you can't hide it. But what you need to do is to let it go and get in line with everybody else and realize that you are about to become the minority, not the majority. And I know that's painful. I get it. It ain't what you used to. But welcome to my damn world. I'm just, look, come on in.
Right.
This is what we've been going through all along. But you couldn't see it. Yep, the blacks, the Latinos, the American Indians, the Asians, and more importantly, don't be mad at me, because we ain't having babies like we used to. Okay, and you're not importing. You're not importing new black folks from Africa and other parts of the world to America. We're not being forced to come here. You're not slaughtering the American Indians the way you did. Now it was 75 million or something I've heard were killed. Yeah. 75 million. And the Jews get pissed off and upset because they lost 6 million at the hands of the crazy Germans. And there were German Jews, Russian Jews, Polish Jews. There's all kind of, people that make up the Jewish community and religion, whatever it is.
Oh, real quick on the Power of Voices on YouTube, Laura Rice, of course, is in there. She mentioned about it's diamonds and silk. Those two.
Ain't nothing diamond about them, and ain't nothing silky about them. No,
nothing at all. Yeah, the greasy mouth heifers.
Yeah, what's their real names? I want to check to see if they've been paying their taxes.
And real quick, this is one of my favorite Donald Trump quotes, Twitter that he had on. Our great country has been divided for decades. Sometimes you need to protect in order to heal. And we heal and be stronger than ever before. Heal is in here twice. Heal is spelled H-E-E-L.
Heal! Heal, dog!
Adolf Twiddler, I'm telling you, dog.
And y'all think this guy's smart.
Yeah, lots of ruck on that one.
Anything that he tweets out needs to go through an editor.
I'd rather watch Scooby-Doo cartoons, man, I'm telling you. At this stage of the game, man.
I know. I'd rather go to the dentist.
Ooh-wee.
And get a root canal.
Right.
That's what I'd rather do, okay? I can man up for that, but I can't take this pain. This is just beyond reality.
If you had to pick your pain, you get a root canal?
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. Because that's going to go away. You know?
This won't go away for a while.
I got to live with this song for another 4 years.
Right.
Listen, this investigation that's going on is going to be a slow walk unless they find the smoking gun. Unless they can get something really, really hardcore without any doubt to nail this coffin. And I think that information, that situation is out there somewhere. And a deal will be struck. One of Trump's kids or all of them is going to go to jail or get fined or probation or something. Somebody's going to get tapped. And they're going to do everything they can to keep from tapping him. But shit runs downhill. Okay? Who's been running his campaign? Donald Trump.
Mm-hmm.
And he fired campaign managers left and right because he's an egotistical, narcissist jackass. Complete. Any other way you look at this guy, you just want to see something that isn't there. How many times does he need to prove to you that he's nuts? Even when he's on the teleprompter, he's nuts. And he's sitting there, it's like, damn, I'm gonna stick to the script, or I'm not comfortable with it.
And it's not genuine. It's not genuine at all. I mean, you can tell he's being forced.
Absolutely.
He hates it because it's not him.
No, not at all. He would rather be off script and act a damn fool. That's his comfort zone because that's who he is. Right. I'm not waking up every day to say, or to think that Donald Trump is going to change and be a good president. It's impossible. It's impossible. You cannot be nuts most of your life or all your life, and all of a sudden you change. Unless a lightning bolt come down and hit you in the ass, and no, it'd have to hit him in the head. Ass would just burn him, and you just jump around like a frog on a hot sidewalk.
Why not both?
Well, okay. Double banger. Boom, boom.
Yeah, boat.
Yeah, boom, boom. But no, I mean, come on. He's not going to change. He's already shown you who he is. How many times do you need to see it? Well, you still sitting there contemplating, well, maybe that's just show. No, ain't no show in this, dog. No, this is the real deal. What you see is what you get. What you hear is what you get. Ain't no sugar on it. It's real, raw, and as my dear friend India Declare coined the phrase, it's real, raw, and right now. You can't put no sugar on it, no honey, molasses, nothing to make it sweet. It's nasty. You can't pepper it up. You can't change it. You can't change the color of it. You can't change the smell of it. You can't change the taste of it. This is real, raw, right now, Donald Trump. And that's who he is. He's so stupid, he looked up at the sun during the eclipse. How dumb is that? I've been hearing it since I was a kid.
Consider the source.
Yeah. How dumb is that? He didn't want to put on the little glasses because he would look, they might mess up my hair or, or it might block out the sun so he can get rid of the panda bear ring around his eyes. The spray tan president, Agent Orange. Well, I'm a miserable human being right now. I really am.
Oh, don't be.
I can't stand the president and his entire administration. There's nothing cool about it. I can't watch the NFL because they have lost their damn minds. So I'm on a blackout.
I'm glad you brought that up.
I'm on a blackout.
Okay, I'm glad you brought that up. Okay, now I'm glad you shifted because I was going to go there too about Colin Kaepernick.
Yep.
And it's obvious he's being, blackballed and everything else. Just hearing it from you, here's a man who's taken a non-violent situation, and for him to take a knee, but yet you have former players or players that deal in domestic violence,
criminals,
and drug use, and that's okay.
Yeah.
You come on back in. But here's a guy kneeling, and something's wrong with that.
Exactly. Double standards.
Yeah.
And why? Well, we might lose some money from advertisers if we, hire him. Did you lose any money when what's his name had the problem with the dogs? Did you lose any money then?
Michael Vick.
Michael Vick. And all the other crazy cats have been arrested for speeding, for drinking, for drug use, domestic violence. Did you lose any money then? And these are criminals. These are guys who have done some bad things, have been arrested, slapped on the hand, fined, and all that. And listen, we have a sports show here on the Power Voices, hosted by former NFL player Greg Bell. Great guy. Smart guy. He laid it out clear as a bell. In fact, his show comes on today, I think at 6 p.m. Pacific time. So check him out. He laid it out. He crystal clear. So check his show out today, 6 p.m. Pacific time on thepowerofvoices.com. You got to go to the website to hear it. It's not, well, it's also already up on our Facebook page. It's on the Power of Voices Facebook page right now. So you can go there and watch it. Not right now, damn it, because the Lee Michaels Show is on air right now. So after this show, go watch Greg Bell. And he will break it down and explain to it. Now, where's the NFL Players Association? Why aren't they out there fighting for Kaepernick? Why? Why are they silent?
That's a good point. Yeah. As a matter of fact, Colin Kaepernick supporters will be holding a rally at the NFL headquarters today at 5 p.m. Eastern Time.
Shut them down. Shut them down. Let them know that this is not fair. You want to disrespect his constitutional right, his freedom of speech. Over and over again, it didn't hurt nobody. It's his personal opinion to display his dissatisfaction with the evil that's going on.
Right. I mean, you pick all these different players, like you said before, about, whether it's, domestic violence or, abusing dogs or whatever. There's a player named Johnny Manziel who formerly was with the Cleveland Browns. Mm-hmm. And here's a guy who's had a drinking problem since college. So from college to the NFL, keeps on drinking, he's taking all these selfies, gets him in trouble, things like that, goes to rehab. I hope it's true, because some of the people do the rehab thing, don't really do anything.
Right.
But let's say he did for the sake of argument, and get an opportunity to play again. And so once again, you give them a second chance, but this guy didn't do anything wrong. But you deemed it wrong because of possible advertiser pullout.
Yeah. And then, the people who were not happy with his decision to take a kneel then moved it, well, he was disrespecting the military people. Bullshit. One thing ain't got nothing to do with the other. Did not disrespect the flag, military people, or anything else. It is his constitutional right, the freedom of speech, a peaceful demonstration of what his core beliefs are. And whether you agree or disagree, he has the right. He has the same freaking rights that those morons had in Virginia.
That's right.
They got a permit. I'm sorry that the local authorities allowed them to get a permit, but that would probably be a violation against their constitutional right to display their freedom of speech. So you can't have it when you want it. It's got to be consistent. If it's good for the racist Ku Klux Klan, neo-Nazis, and all the rest of these organizations, why is it bad that a young man decided to kneel at a football game? Which would you rather live with? Which is more egregious? Which is more harmful? A young lady, 32 years old, lost her life because an asshole drove a car into the people, and 19 other people injured. Some of them are still in the hospital. Mm-hmm. How is it? It's okay for them to have done that, and our president initially supported, didn't really call them out the way he should have. And he had to backpedal a couple of days later and try to put some sugar on it. No, shit, it smells. You can't change that. You can't come back 50 times and try to change your mind. And the only reason you came out is because you were forced to do it. Because of critics, and he's still, blaming the media. No, the media is reporting what's going on. Your actions. The bovine is coming out of your Twitter account. Coming out of your mouth, Mr. President. What part of this don't you understand? That you are the root of your own problem. But your supporters, blind, dumb, ridiculous supporters, keep fueling your fire, and you keep stirring them up. So y'all deserve each other. Why don't you go buy a good-sized island somewhere, and you and your stupid-ass reporters pack up and go. Goodbye. Then you can do whatever the hell you want to do, but leave America alone. We were fine without you. We came out of a bad situation financially. We came out of multiple wars. For 8 years, we had peace. Nobody was super uncomfortable. I never went to sleep at night worrying about whether or not some damn missiles were going to come in from North Korea or Russia or anybody else. China, no, none of that. I was comfortable. I'm cool. I can sleep at night. I could have dreams that were peaceful. Most of them never came true. Every day I'd wake up and look over on the other side of the bed, and I'm still looking for Halle Berry. Didn't come true, but I'm cool.
And what kind of dream with Halle Berry you were talking about, dog?
Well, I've got a little fantasy for Halle and Alicia Keys and 400 or 500 other, but it didn't happen. It ain't gonna happen. So I just, Well,
that's a good dream. I mean,
yeah.
Did you do Halle Berry and Alicia Keys at the same time?
No, there were different times, but
Oh, okay, that's good.
Yeah, I have too much respect for them to pimp them out like that.
Well, it's your dream. It's not like it will get back to them.
I can have it my way, huh?
That's right.
No, but I'm just saying, But now, I wake up in the middle of the night and look up at the sky and see there's a bright light coming in. I'm a little concerned. I don't think we're going to, really have a nuclear war with the mental midget over there, but the fire is smoldering right now, and then we just need to stop the rhetoric. What does this guy want? Go over and sit down and talk with him. Well, let's do that later after we get this jackass out of the office.
There you go.
No, we can't have him sit down with nobody right now. Nobody. Lied on the Boy Scouts. Where's the credibility? If there's one Trump supporter listening to this show, I would love to hear from you. Explain to me what's good about this guy. How can you believe that he has any credibility? He's lied repeatedly during the campaign, after the campaign. Today, he's still the same jackass. So explain to me why you believe that this guy is good for this country. Number one, why in your mind, he has credibility. He lied on the Mexican president, Mexico, lied on the Boy Scouts, lied on Hillary Clinton. He's a liar, but he called everybody else a liar, pigeonholed crooked Hillary. Who's the crook? The crook is in the house like a child on punishment on lockdown. You, Mr. 45, is the crook. And I'm going to call out the rest of your family and the rest of your cabinet. Your entire administration is a disaster. It's full of corruption. Only one person that you have wrapped around you right now, and that's the former general who is your chief of staff. I have a little bit of respect for him. But I don't completely respect him because he's now part of you. He's in there spanking your ass, trying to get you on the right path. And I'm sure you've given him pushback. I can't really respect people who want to even be associated with you. Why would anybody with any credibility, with the desire to further advance the prosperity, the greatness of this country, Why would anybody want to be on your side? Why? After all the nasty, mean-spirited things that you've said and disrespected people. I could go to Times Square and shoot somebody and y'all still support me. That's not a compliment to you. That's a put down. That's his saying, you're dumb as hell. What man in his right mind, what human being, ladies and gentlemen, would say something like that? It's not funny. You're running to be the president of the United States. And you say stuff like that? Why? What's good about that? It's not funny. And you got away with it. And I don't believe there are enough people in the United States of America that stupid. You didn't win the popular vote. This election was stolen, ladies and gentlemen. There's corruption in that last election. And I pray to God that this investigation that's going on find those problems and expose it. If you don't, then to hell with America, because we're the biggest hypocrites in the world. We go around and tell people how to set up voting, to be democratic, fair, open, balanced, be credible with your elections. And it looks like we can't do it ourselves. So where's our credibility? See, credibility to me is very, very important. If you don't have credibility, and I teach this, and I taught this to my air personalities when I programmed and managed and was the operation manager and what have you at radio stations all over America. I was really big on, hey man, don't go on the air with no bullshit. If you go on the air and say something and it's not credible, you have destroyed your credibility and the radio station. Okay? If your audience is smarter than you go on the air with some bovine, and then they call you up and say, no man, that's not what happened. This is how it went down. Then you've blown your credibility. Because people tune in to you to be informed, entertained, and if you can't do both of those with credibility, you have failed. And you don't deserve to be in front of that microphone or camera. So what's the difference between what I just laid out and why is it that it's okay for the president to say just crazy shit and get away with it? I don't understand.
Well, that's all that he knows. And this is what happens when, that's who he is. And people have to realize, and let's go for the angle of people who voted for him. Okay, you did. And you can be an apologist all you want to, but the facts will come back to haunt you. What I mean by that, for example, you have these neo-Nazis, of course, and white supremacists, quote unquote, and, Ku Klux Klan, all and everything else. Now, they subscribe to a complete Aryan nation, a complete all-white, no mixing of religion or races, pure 100% Caucasian. But the person they put their faith in 45, 45's daughter, Ivanka, is married to a Jewish man.
Right. And
Jerry
she converted
Kushner
to
is Jewish.
Judaism.
And she converted. So... What, he gets a free pass?
And isn't it interesting that she came out and denounced what happened in Charlottesville, but her daddy didn't?
Right.
Not clear enough, not strong enough. He danced on the issue. He could have very clearly, easily said, I completely denounce what happened today in Charlottesville. America is not looking good today. we've allowed racism to take over and cause hate, destruction, the loss of life, and injuring 19 other people. This is not who we are. I denounce this 100%. And we're going to do everything that we can to investigate this and bring those people who were involved in this heinous act to justice. God bless America. And walk away from the damn mic. That's all you had to say. That's simple.
Hell, you could have ran for president.
No.
You sound good. You sound like a good, healing of the nation speech together, for as far as I'm concerned.
And I just pulled that off the top of my head. I haven't, written that down or rehearsed it or anything. It just makes sense, common sense.
Right, because you have heart and soul. This man is devoid of that.
There's problems on both sides. No, man. No. Be a damn leader. Take a damn position. Stop waffling and dancing around and trying to appease those who you believe put you in office. But I think that's just a masquerade. That's a distraction. They stole this election. Let's bring Alfo, if he hasn't gone to sleep on us. He tuned in here, and I forgot to go back to him. Alfo, what's happening, buddy? He's nodding. Or a mouthful of French fries, one or the other. He probably walked away from the computer or rolled away. I don't think he's walking too well.
Oh, okay.
Well,
come on back, buddy, when you have time.
Yeah, come on in there.
But main thing about French fries, man, the night before, I got me some potatoes, cut them up, and put in the grease, man.
No, you didn't do that, did you?
I sure did.
Some homemade fries.
Mm-hmm.
Now, did you cut them up thin, or was it the old fat ones?
Both.
you had a hot mix of fries.
Yo, man, they were great.
Yeah, well, I haven't done that in a long time.
Good stuff, man.
Yeah, we used to had a special pan just for the French fries.
Oh, for real? Cool beans.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Special pan. Nobody ever washed it. Every now and then we'd change the grease. When it started getting a little rancy, okay, we need some new grease here. This is not working.
You gotta be careful. We look at there and start to form its own state.
Yeah, absolutely. Started getting a little green rim around it. You gotta change it.
Yeah, it gotta go, dog.
Yeah, I'm right. When this start taking, man, it tastes like a little funky there. It's time to change that grease. Go fry up some more bacon and some sausage. Pour the grease off and put it in the French fry pan. Start over.
All these different greases.
Oh, yeah. Hot mix of grease, man. Come on.
The hot mix of greases.
Yeah. You know what? I guarantee you, back in the 50s and 60s and maybe into the 70s, if somebody had put together a blend of, they call it French fry grease, that shit would have sold big time. Big time.
You're right.
Until, a healthy movement started, But,
right.
Man, Big Mama used to put together some stuff. And my mom. Mom and grandmother, they made it work.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Shoot.
Gotta have that big black cast iron skillet.
Oh yeah,
that's
absolutely.
Classic.
Several of them.
Yes.
I used to go out fishing, crabbing, and bring back the catch. And Big Mama said, "What you got in that bucket there, boy?" I said, I got some spots, some croaker, a couple of flounder in there, and a couple of toadfish. I don't want that toadfish. You throw him back. But
now, I'm sorry. What are spots?
A spot is a little pan fish, but size you can put in a pan.
Okay.
And it's I think it's local to the East Coast. It was very popular in the Chesapeake Bay and the Atlantic Ocean around Norfolk, Virginia Beach, up into Maryland. I don't know if they were all up and down the East Coast, but The croaker was a popular one. The bluefish, and the flounder, which is a weird looking dude. He was flat, stay on the bottom a lot. The bottom side of him was kind of a white color, and then the top of him was a blend of various browns. So when he laid down on the sand, you couldn't really see him, and he kind of laid deep into the sand. But yeah, we used to catch all of those. And then if I went into the river, the Lafayette River near where I was living, we would catch eels, and Big Mama would eat an eel. Not me, but she said, well, did you get me an eel today? I said, yeah, Big Mama, I got one in there. And see, the eel, she would take a pair of pliers and put the pliers in his mouth and on top of his head and hold him. Right. And then kind of like circumcise him. He cut the skin right behind the back of his head, take another pair of pliers and pull the skin off him, and then chop him up into little, maybe 1.5, 2 inch chunks.
What, some like eel bite-sized morsels?
Yeah. And then put him in that cast iron skillet, boy. And you know what was really weird and what made me say, I will never eat a damn eel? When she put him in that hot ass grease, he got to quivering and jumping around. I was like, oh, hell no. No. Now, this sucker's dead, chopped up into morsels, and he's jumping up and down in that hot ass grease. Oh, no.
He's still alive, boy.
Yeah, that's just muscle reaction. Ain't nothing. He's dead. Don't worry about it. I said, okay, Big Mama, that's all yours.
Big Mama was a G, man.
Yes, she was. She didn't play, okay? She didn't play. And then if I come in there with a couple of bushel of blue crab, oh, my God. Now, I'd tear up a couple of dozen crab by myself. I'm trying to get my buddy T-Bone. I'm going to call my sister B. In fact, let's call B on the air. She probably won't answer the damn phone.
Oh, okay.
Especially if she knows I'm going to put her on the air. She's kind of shy.
Who was the sister you said that liked Tom Joyner over you?
B.
Oh, that was B. Her. Okay, got it.
She said, oh, no, you ain't beating Tom Joyner. He's in Jet Magazine. I said, B. That don't mean shit. I'm crushing Tom Joyner, okay?
Right.
No, you ain't in Jet. I said, no, I'm not in Jet, but
I'm crushing him in the ratings.
Yeah. Tom Joyner can't even smell my cologne. He's so far behind me. Now, you ain't in Jet. Okay.
Oh, boy. Family, boy. Ain't nothing like him.
I know, man. All right, let me see. Let's call Miss B. Let's get her.
All right.
Alpha, are you there?
That's it. Next time Alpha signs it, just get him in immediately.
Yeah, exactly. He's taking a nap. Miss B. All right, let's call B. Let's get her number up here. Yeah, it's a damn shame. I can't remember nobody's number anymore. I don't try.
I know, right? Just put it in yourself and it had the name on it.
How many phone numbers do you retain that you know right now?
My own.
And that's it, right?
That's it.
I know the call-in number, 424-227-9461, because I've said it so many times. And my phone number.
Good segue, man. Good smooth segue.
You like that? That was smooth.
Nice. That was smooth. I was like, butter, baby.
B. Where you at, B? Not BS. BEA. B. Miss
BS.
B.
That must stand for Carol's number.
Stop it. Don't get me going.
All right. No, I'll see if other Carol can make an appearance later on.
Yes. Get her in there.
Okay.
Oh, shit. Where's the phone? I can't dial.
What are you doing over there, man?
I disconnected the phone. Hold on.
Okay.
You talk to the people for a second.
Oh, hell. All right, then. Well, you hear what we're doing right now. Lee is he's the mad scientist of powerofvoices.com. So he's always tinkering and, trying to make the board sound what we have here right now. But there are times where, it just kind of goes south. So now the mad scientist has to go back, to the drawing board and make sure everything is tinkering okay.
I forgot to plug the phone. the dial set.
See?
So that's okay.
See, I'm gonna get you one of those lab coats with your name on it.
Yeah.
Those white lab coats. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. The Nutty Professor.
Oh, you know what? I'm glad you talked about that. We're gonna talk about Jerry Lewis and Dick Gregory.
Yep. Another comedian died too. I didn't know his name, but they say things go in threes.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Let's see if I can get this to work here, folks.
All right.
Let's see. Which line am I on here? I don't know. Let's see. How do we do that? Okay. Let's give it a try.
All right.
Let's give it a good ass try here and see what's up.
A good ass try.
Yeah. Let's see what is that.
Good ass. Well, that's not bad. I like that.
Like that.
Yeah, that's all right.
Line one. There's another cable in here somewhere.
Nothing wrong with good ass.
All right, let's see if we can get Miss B. This is my oldest sister. I had two sisters.
Mm-hmm.
Beatrice is her full name. We called her B, of course. And the other one was Margaret. Margaret has passed away. Lost her a few years back.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Let's see. She'll probably answer the phone. What do you want, boy?
As old as you are. What do you want, boy?
What do you want, boy? Well, hey, brother. Wait a minute. Let's start over here. All right. This is going to be funny. If it works.
Let's say Lee is a nickname Dr. Funkenstein. Get ready to call his sister here.
I got the right line. Hubba, hubba.
Oh, here's that feedback again when you're on the phone.
Oh, shut up.
Echo again.
Just
all right, I'll shut up.
I'm doing the best I can.
Hello.
I understand.
Miss B,
Yes.
this is your brother.
Hey, I was just asking about you yesterday.
Who are you asking?
My Big Al.
Big Al.
How you doing?
Big
How
Al.
you doing?
I'm doing good. Big Al, ladies and gentlemen. B, by the way, you're on the air.
Oh, Lee Michaels, the great world.
Oh, shush, stop. I didn't send you a check for the hype. Stop hyping.
I get a check every month.
That's right.
From Lee Michaels.
Yeah, I'm calling you. Why am I calling B? What were we talking about?
I have no
He was
idea.
talking about Big Mama.
Oh, Big Mama. Yeah, and so I was telling them how I used to go fishing in the Lafayette River and the Chesapeake Bay and catch the flounders and the croaker and the spots. And,
Yes.
and I would bring her favorite was the eel. And I told them how she used to skin the eel and put them in the cast iron frying pan. And when she put them in there, after she chopped them up and everything, this thing would still quiver and jump around in the pan. And I told her, I said, Big Mama, I'm never going to eat no eel because he's still alive. I ain't dead. Don't worry about it. It tastes good. I said, no, that's all yours, Big Mama. That eel is yours.
Well, I have to say something about that. I had no idea about any eels because we probably were stationed somewhere. You know, we were military people. We probably were in California.
Yeah, you were. Yeah, you were gone by then.
Well, I'll be darned, but Big Mama, no one is perfect. But as far as I'm concerned and Lee Michaels is concerned, Big Mama was perfect.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I am so thankful that I lived that long to have her in my life. She passed in 1979, and I still miss her.
That's right.
And I loved her sisters dearly, who were my great aunts.
Yeah. Now, see, you knew them a little better than I because I'm about 25 years younger than you.
Oh, you are?
So that makes you real old, okay? No, folks, she's only 10 years older than me. I'm the baby. It was B. Well, I'm not going to tell you how much older she is of me. I'll tell you after I hang up on her. And then my other sister is 9 years older than me. So I was the old man's baby.
But it's amazing that you talked about fishing on the Lafayette River.
Oh, yeah.
And I live right on the Lafayette River on the 12th floor of a senior apartment building.
That's right. You're on the other side of the river from where we lived over in Lindenwood. So
Exactly.
You're now on the side where the white folks live. Okay. That was a divided line, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not making it up. And that's just the way the geographical area was laid out and the neighborhoods there in Norfolk back in the day.
But, it's so ironic because we were military people, and I would have been around every race of people, every color of people that you can think of.
That's right.
And I never, ever, had a problem. And I have so many people, friends, all over the place. And one of my friends said, when you have too many, it just gets to be overwhelming. And this is really ironic. It was a older white lady that lived in my building here. She was 80-some years old, and she wasn't supposed to be driving. So I drove her once to have an outpatient procedure, and she took me to lunch. And she stays in touch with me. Her daughter came and got her and took her to Powhatan, Virginia.
Yeah.
Today, I got a letter from this lady, and she says Trump knows how to pull crazy people out of the woodwork.
Well, that he does.
She said, I thought KKK was a thing of the past. I did not know Nazis were here. I had never heard of the white nationalists before. She said, I live in this country, no rallies. Richmond was going to have one in September, but it was canceled. She said, Powhatan is an Indian name. We live peacefully here with black and white. Also deer, horses, and a few snakes. Her daughter has a gun that she uses for snakes, but she does not kill black snakes because they eat mice.
Yeah, that's true.
But I'll be darned. But back to Big Mama, I think I started when I was about 12. We traveled on the Greyhound bus to visit her sisters because our family migrated to Connecticut.
That's right.
And we went up there and,
Yeah, well, we'll go up and visit Big Mama in the summer. And then you went up there and stayed a little while as well, working up there in Connecticut.
Yeah, I used to go all the time.
Yeah. And my mom, our mom. And
your mother, our mother, was very funny. She was very comical, and
she was
really
a mess. Funny. I would come home and visit, and the first thing I would do is what, B?
The first thing you would do was look in the refrigerator to see if she had any smoked meat in there that she wasn't supposed to have.
That's right.
So what happened when we knew you were coming home, I would look in the refrigerator and I said, is there anything in here I need to take out before Lee comes home?
Because I would go on a rampage, and she would get so mad at me. I said, Mama, look at this. What is that? What is that, Mom? You know what it is. You used to eat it yourself. So don't get smart with me. I said, Mama, you can't eat this salt pork. It's got to go. Yeah, whatever. Leave my pork alone.
She hid something in a dresser drawer.
Sure did. A can of...
exactly.
Pork and beans or something like that. No, it was a can of pork.
It was.
Pork meat.
It was.
And she hid it in one of her drawers. So I got hip to her. So I used to go around the house looking everywhere. And I said, Mama, what is this? I said, boy, leave my stuff alone. Get out of my drawers. I said, Mom, you can't eat this stuff. You got diabetes. You got high blood pressure. You can't eat this stuff anymore. Boy, I eat plenty pork. I eat plenty pork. Now leave me alone. Well, dang.
But then you would get on me. You would say, B, she's not supposed to have this.
You and Margaret. And y'all just dropped the ball. Yeah, I had to come in and be the bad guy. Y'all let us just slip through and, okay, Mama, you want some fried chicken?
fried chicken.
And go to, who was it? Captain something? The fish place? Captain J.
Remember, she used to use her pressure cooker all the time.
Oh, yeah. She was old school. Love me some Miss Edith. Mama Edith.
Oh, yeah. Yes, indeed.
Now, you and Margaret used to call her Mama Edith, right?
No, my children, her grandchildren call her Mama Edith.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Big Al talks about it all the time growing up over there.
Yeah.
They loved it.
Yep. It was an adventure to go to 2427 West Avenue.
It was.
That was the family home.
And I told them, I said, now, they never ventured down to the other block. They just stayed right there in that block.
Yeah. Well, it was a fun block growing up there, you know?
Right.
You knew all the neighbors. And you couldn't get in trouble because before you could get home, Mama Edith would know what went down, and she'd be waiting for you on the front porch. Lord have mercy.
One time, Big Al said Kevin went over to the little grocery store over there and got in some trouble, and Mama had to go over there and get it straightened out.
Well, that wouldn't surprise me. Kevin was Dennis the Menace. Kevin is my sister Margaret's son, so our nephew. But he was a character. We had characters, you know. We had some dysfunctional family members.
We had some characters. We had Uncle Kit.
Yeah.
And he gave my boys homemade brew, and they'd sit there all day and watch Westerns.
Black and white Westerns. They're drinking homemade wine.
He'd say, I bet you don't know who that is.
No, Uncle Kit, I have no idea who that is. Yeah, we had some characters. Yep. What was Kit? What was he from? North Carolina or South Carolina or something?
Henderson, North Carolina.
Henderson, yeah, that's right. Henderson, North Carolina.
Drank his scotch and smoked cigars.
That's right. He was a character. Uncle Kit and Uncle Hiram, Uncle Bill, Aunt Vivian.
I loved them dearly.
Yeah.
I sure did. My two uncles, Uncle Hiram and Uncle Bill.
Yeah.
Dearly.
Yeah, when my dad died, Uncle Bill kind of was my go-to male figure.
And my stepfather was, he did the best he could. He was a very good man. He was a very good man, and he did the best that he could with what he had.
Yeah.
And there was never, ever a problem. You know how sometimes people say their uncles or somebody try to mess with them, but I can truly say that my stepfather never tried any tricks.
Yeah.
Ever,
She's talking about
ever.
my dad. Our mother was married twice. So, yeah, my dad was her stepdad.
Handsome man. I think he was a mulatto or something.
Well, according to
so.
the information, you did a little research on the family. That's what his birth certificate said. So
he was all.
He was a Barack Obama. Half black, half white. Good man. I've shared the story how he worked for. Was it the Ames or the Brownings?
The Ames.
Ames, yeah. And there was a department store there in Norfolk.
A very expensive department store.
High-end department store. I guess equivalent to, a Bloomingdale or Macy's, something in that area. Yeah. So, what was that on Granby Street?
Jamestown Crescent.
Jamestown Crescent. It was on a corner, wasn't it? Or was it?
No, not really on a corner. It was a big mansion.
No. I mean, the department store.
Oh, yeah. It was.
Yeah,
on Granby,
the house.
Yes, right.
Yeah. Now, okay. Let's do a little Norfolk flashback. I'm going to say a word, and you tell me the story behind it. The best hot dogs.
Wait a minute. Lee Michaels, hold it. Lee Michaels jokes me because he said I am the queen of trivia.
Yeah. Insignificant bullshit.
That's the word. That's the word. He said, watch her, listen to her.
Yeah, we would, when I would come home and I would go back to the family house, and we would lay across my old bed, and she would ask me questions about the different celebrities and people that I've met, and then she would begin to tell me about all the tabloid crap that she was reading.
The inside stuff.
Yeah, I said, B, that's just some insignificant bullshit. I don't want to hear that.
Like a black lady designed Jackie Kennedy's wedding gown.
See? I mean, that's significant. I didn't know that, okay? But she's a walking encyclopedia for this kind of stuff.
It's true.
It's funny. Yeah, I forgot about that. But, yeah, we used to lay across my old bed
It's true.
and have these crazy discussions. And I love my sister dearly, ladies and gentlemen. I miss her so much. I want to come home and take you over what, used to be called Blue Channel. They don't exist anymore. And go get some crabs. Now, B, this is what I need you to do. I need you to find a place that you can go to. I'll send you the money to ship me maybe 3 or 4 dozen blue crabs, large blue crabs.
Yeah, I know the place that can do that.
Yeah? Because I got a neighbor that is from New Orleans, and she does outrageous gumbo. So I figured we'd use a couple of dozen in the gumbo. I told her, make the biggest pot you got. And then the rest of them I'm going to eat. Old style with the Old Bay seasoning.
But you know what's so funny? On Facebook, they have, I grew up in Norfolk, and they talk about Far East with the sausage, smoked rice or something.
Small
I never had that.
Rice and French fries.
So this is so ironic. Remember when Mama was in D.C. and she went to the hospital for a procedure?
Yep.
And her doctor was a cardiologist.
Yep.
And they were kids of the people that own Far East Restaurant.
That's right. I remember that.
So they made enough money to send all their kids to Ivy League colleges off of us.
Let me explain to the listeners this place, Far East. It was a little shack, little store that sold Chinese food, owned by what was the family name? Do you remember?
Far East.
Yeah. That was the name of the store, but I don't know the family now. I don't remember that. But it was directly across the street on Princess Anne Avenue from Booker T. Washington High School that everybody went to.
My mother went there.
That's right. If you were black and lived in Norfolk, that's the high school you went to up until, what, the 70s?
The 70s.
No, 68 they integrated the schools in Norfolk.
Oh.
It was my senior year there at Booker T, and it was supposed to be 200 white kids bused there, but only 20 showed up.
Oh.
But that's another story. But, yeah, directly across the street from the school was Far East, and we used to go over there for lunch. You had 30 minutes to go to lunch and go back to your locker, get your books to go to your next class. So there was a line outside of that store, and then there was several other little shops that people would go in and get hot dogs, hamburgers, small smoked rice and French fries, et cetera, et cetera. But that was it. That was the spot.
Mm-hmm.
And when I come back home, there's 2 things I must have. Some crabs.
2 things he must have.
Some crabs and a small smoked rice and French. If I'm really hungry, I'll go with a large smoke. And the smoke is the sausage. And it's probably a real low-grade sausage, but it tastes so damn good. It's probably high in sodium.
They covered it up with the gravy.
So you get the little slices of sausage, rice, and they pour a brown gravy over both, and the French fries. You put a little gravy on that if you want.
Well, what about the hot dog? What about Tony's hot dog?
Well, that's what I was going to ask you about. Best dog in town, right?
Yeah, he was like the soup Nazi on Seinfeld.
What?
No more soup for you. If you went in there and disrespected him.
Yeah.
And you went in there and ate almost 5. I said, boy, you're going to have a heart attack.
Yeah, well, I had to have it, man. You don't get them often. And they're closed now.
Yeah.
He died, and then the wife took over. The wife and I think was that her daughter or his daughter?
It was maybe a daughter, but a son.
Son had a store directly across the street there on Lafayette Boulevard, and his was a little trailer. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the mother.
And I drove from Virginia Beach to get hot dogs.
Yeah. Now I understand there's another Tony's, but it's not the original people.
No.
Over in Virginia Beach.
On Newtown Road.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't been to that one. Have you been there?
No.
I wonder if it's the same
I'm trying
chili.
to get that stuff out of my. I'm eating boiled cauliflower.
Oh, well, yeah, I can't eat that mess. I like broccoli, but I can't eat that cauliflower. It's closely in taste of that other vomit food. Sauerkraut.
I'm growing basil on my balcony,
Mm-hmm.
and cauliflower is good with cheese over it.
Yeah, well, you'd have to put cheese, gravy, and everything else on it to make me eat it. I can't eat that.
You know, we got to have gravy.
Yeah, put gravy on anything, and I'm good. We got Chris Bass, who is one of our cast of characters. Apollo.
I remember that. I remember him. I remember that name.
Yep.
Oh, well, thank you. Hey, how you doing, B?
I'm doing great. I cannot complain. I'm happy. I'm living on the 12th floor of a senior apartment, and I have a spectacular view. And as a matter of fact, one of the maintenance guys here let us look through the glasses to see the
eclipse
things.
Did you get the total there in Virginia? I don't think you got the total.
No.
Yeah.
But it was just incredible. You felt kind of spiritual when you looked up there and saw it.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Have you seen a total eclipse before, B?
No.
I have.
He's still trying to say I'm old.
Well, you were around when it happened 99 years ago, so, you know.
Ooh-wee. But Miss B, I have to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Because this still bothers your brother. Now, here you have Lee Michaels. He don't want to talk about sugarcoat. I mean, he really is a legend in radio.
Oh, yeah.
And at the time, oh, no, I know you know. But this still bothers him the following. When he was in Chicago, he was beating Tom Joyner in the ratings, and he got upset. You mentioned about Tom Joyner being your favorite, and here your brother is kicking Tom Joyner's butt in the ratings. He's kicking his ass.
Because he was in Jet Magazine.
Because he was in Jet Magazine, right.
She said, well, you ain't in Jet, so you must not be doing too much. I said, well, the company he works for owns Jet. That broke my heart. But my sister said, no, you ain't better than Tom Joyner because he's in Jet Magazine. I'm like, oh, B, this is your brother.
So I'm here to help bring the brother and sister together. So could you please apologize to this man because his heart is broken, for God's sake.
That's right. I'll go to my grave feeling bad because I couldn't convince my sister that I was kicking ass in Chicago.
But I was there when Lee Michaels was at the height of his career.
Yep.
In Chicago.
You were also there in my humble beginnings when you used to do the news from the bathroom.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! I did the Mueller spaghetti in the bathroom.
That's right, reading commercials and the news from the newspaper. Had her in the bathroom to get that echo effect, you know, that big room.
But the amazing thing about it, forget about the bathroom. He started in our mother's pantry.
True.
CB.
CB radio was the beginning, and then I moved into regular, broadcast.
So see what was going on with him at that time when he was on the CB was to keep from being mic shy. That's where it started.
And I started running my mouth then and never stopped.
And if he made a mistake, I said, "Well, just say you got your nose fixed and your mouth won't work. You got something fixed in your mouth."
That's
in
right.
The pantry.
Yep, that's true. Had my little room there that I cleared off a shelf, and put my CB radio up there and an antenna up on the chimney on the roof of the house. And
he is a master as far as computers. When it was DOS, whatever that meant, I never knew what that was.
Disk operating system.
And he had these big giant computer books, magazines, and he's a master at it. The professor at Norfolk State told our mother he was a genius.
Man,
Dr. Woods. Yeah, he was a professor of psychology or something, but he was also an electronic whiz. He was a ham operator.
Oh,
and he used to fix and build ham and CB radios. So anytime I had a problem with my radio, I would take it down to him, and he would fix it. And I would say, Dr. Woods, how much I owe you? He goes, nothing. He
said, so that was the connection.
Yeah. He wouldn't allow me to pay him because he just, I don't know, he admired me and encouraged me to be a good person. And he says, no, son, don't worry about it.
But then you terrorized the neighbors, the lady, the family that lived behind us. Lee Michaels had an antenna that was taller than the house.
Oh, yeah. I had a beam antenna that had a rotator on it.
And rotor. The FCC was riding around in the neighborhood trying to find out who you were or where you were.
They found me, too, thanks to Kevin. He let them in the damn house. My nephew. Yeah. So I've always been a tech nut. And
but one thing about Lee Michaels, he never forgot He never forgot his roots. Whenever he would come home, he would see his, friends, childhood, high school friends.
Yeah.
And he never forgot them. Some of them I didn't even know he knew, but who was that? It was a truck driver, and you sent Mama a couple of chairs from California.
Yeah, JoJo.
Oh.
Yeah, JoJo was a professional long-distance truck driver. He moved me around the country on a number of the radio station moves.
He did?
Oh, yeah. I paid JoJo a lot of money. That last move from California, when Cindy and I broke up, she went to Houston. He moved her stuff there, and then I was in the process of buying a radio station in St. Louis, and he moved my stuff to St. Louis and put it in storage.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. The deal fell apart, so I never ended up getting the station, and I ended up in L.A. And I went to work for KJLH, Stevie Wonder. But I gave JoJo 6,000 pounds of vinyl records because I didn't want to pay to move them anymore. He says, yeah, I'll take them. I don't know what Joe... Oh. And Joe died recently, by the way.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he had some medical issues. He lost one of his legs, so he had to stop driving.
Well, what about the 5,000 square foot house?
Which one? In California?
In Novato.
That was 6,000. Don't shortchange.
Oh, when I went there, Lee flew me. He flew me out there, and I didn't know anything about the red eye.
Yeah, the overnight flight.
And I got there, and they were trying to show me around the house, and I had just got there. And the next morning, I said, "Now, I know it's another room here, but I don't know where it is."
Couldn't figure it out. Yeah, we had a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun. That it was the holiday. It was Christmas.
Yeah, that's right. It was around Christmas time. Yeah.
And somebody's mother or somebody was from Louisiana, and they made some gumbo or something.
Who was that? Oh, no. That was our friend Nancy from Houston.
It was?
Yeah. She was a gumbo master. Yeah.
Oh.
That was Cindy's friend.
And they had cases of Corbo beer, what is that? Wine, champagne.
Corbel
in the thing. I said, I don't know whether I should drink this champagne or eat all this ham.
Yeah, have the ham. Yeah, we're talking to my sister B, and then flashing back on our childhood.
Oh.
And B, okay, here's one. I remember when we lived in Roberts Park on Princess Anne Road.
Right.
Every Saturday, what did we do?
I thought she'd worked us to death and cleaned the house up.
That's right. It was clean the house day. I remember you and Margaret waxing the floor with, what was it called? Aero wax?
Aero wax.
A liquid wax.
You had linoleum.
Floor. And I remember you guys putting me on a blanket or something and dragging me across this shiny floor.
I think Margaret did that.
Yeah, that was Margaret. She was a little crazy.
I didn't do too much cleaning.
Yeah. Bea was a quiet person. She kind of stayed to herself. Margaret was a social butterfly.
Margaret liked to hang out with the guys back in the day called the corner boys, and now they're called thugs.
Yeah, she was in the gang with the corner boys.
As a matter of fact, one of them lived in my building. He knew Al McIntyre.
Is that right?
This guy, he's all beat. This guy is all beat up and everything, but he knew him. I think this guy served a lot of time in prison.
Yeah, they all did.
Yeah, my sister.
She was attracted to the bad boy.
Yeah, and she joined the church where one of the preachers was one of the bad boys.
That's right.
And I think she liked going there. It was memories.
Yeah, they all knew each other. You know, they hung out and went to the same parties and dances and all that. So one of them became a preacher. That's the guy that did her funeral.
It sure did.
Mm-hmm.
But I was reading books.
Yeah. Bea she was on the other side of that world. She didn't want to have nothing to do with that. I remember when she met this sailor boy, and
oh my goodness,
got all excited and got married.
I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah. How old were you when you got married? Was it like 18, 19?
19.
19, yeah.
I had no idea, but I can't talk about it, in a bad way because I had a good life.
Now, where did you meet your husband? How did you guys meet?
Blind date.
Really? Who set that up?
It was some. I think it was somebody that a friend of his knew. And that's just the way it started. But way back then, 100 years ago, you just didn't know stuff.
Yeah.
But it was, it really was a good life. It was way back in the day before the birth control pills came out, and everywhere you look, all the women were pregnant.
Yeah, that's true. That's the way it was.
They were gone, and we just ate healthy and took care of the kids, went to the park, and they were going out to sea. He was always on aircraft carriers.
That's right. I've told a few stories about my brother-in-law, Al Woods. Now, Bea, tell the story when the USS Forrestal came back to Norfolk Naval Base, Pier 12, and you and I, and did the kids go to? No, it was just you and I that went down to have him come in. And that ship was messed up. Big holes in the deck of the aircraft carrier. And I've told a story about how you could still smell the odor from humans that were burned.
That's right.
In that fire. And John McCain was one of the pilots on that aircraft carrier, the USS Forrestal. Do you remember that day?
I was just a young military wife with two little boys. And, it all happened, and they were all, the jets were all lined up around the flight deck on their way to bomb up. They were in the Gulf of Tonkin.
That's right.
And it was a spark that set it off, and each one of those jets just blew up.
Yeah. My brother-in-law would share with me some of the stories. He said, because he was up in the bridge, he was in control with the pilots when they fly in. He would have to radio down to the engine room to set the pressure for the cables, depending on the type of plane that was about to land. So all of the pilots love Al Woods because if he set the wrong pressure, it could cause them to lose their lives or not get caught when that hook hit the cable. There's 4 cables across the deck of the aircraft carrier. He
always worked on the flight deck, and they had different colored T-shirts.
Yeah.
His were green, I believe. And they had to hook up on that tail hook.
Yep.
To stop the jet.
Right. Well, that was before he went up into the bridge.
Where it says same setting.
Right, exactly. We would go on family day cruises on not just the Forrestal, but what was the other ships he was on? He
was on the Kennedy.
Right. We went on that one as well.
I I don't know if they still do it, but they would take us out 50 miles.
Yep, and do exercises. Yeah,
and they would land and take off
and drop bombs out in the ocean.
And what's
blow
so
stuff
funny,
up.
when those carriers are coming back into Pier 12, they shut the power off and the tugboats push them in.
That's right. Be too much speed coming in to tear that deck up. Now, before the Kennedy and the Forrestal, was he on the Valley Forge?
Yes, that's the first one.
First one, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Wow, I can remember all of those things.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
I would go on these you go out at like 5 o'clock in the morning and come back around 5 in the afternoon. And you go down to the mess hall and eat. And it's amazing. That is a floating city. Can
you imagine with the how much larger the Bush and all the other ones are?
Oh, yeah. They're huge compared to those old ships.
It's incredible on the flight deck.
Yeah, it is. It's amazing.
Absolutely.
An incredible system that they have to learn and, do the right thing at the right time, because one slip up, it could cost you your life or the life of everybody else on the boat. So they've got hospital department in there, commissary, you can go and buy, food or drugstore, doctors on staff, the whole nine. It's amazing. It's a floating city. It really is.
But it's really beautiful when you, because I was able to take people on the base, and when you see those carriers, they're really beautiful.
Yeah, and massive. So that's I tell people all the time, in my lifetime, I've experienced a lot of different things and different people and cultures and cuisine,
and also, because of my brother, I was able to do a little bit of traveling other than what we did in the military.
Mm-hmm.
Different places.
Of the places you've lived in or visited, what would be your favorite?
New Orleans.
Really? Now, see, I would have guessed wrong on that. I would have thought California or Jersey.
I almost could say California, because we were stationed in Northern California and so many years ago. But when we were there, it was
Sunnyvale, right?
Sunnyvale, Mountain View. It was the height of the computer.
Yeah, you were at the beginning, at the early part of it. There was the DOS 1.0 days.
And they were coming to California as if they had discovered gold again.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
And now a garage costs $2 million.
That's right. Yeah, it's crazy. The prices have gone haywire. And same thing down here in Southern California. The prices is just nuts. In the little neighborhood I'm staying in right now, there's a house sold for $3.2 million. And I want to say it was maybe 3,000 square feet. So the house that I had up there in Novato, Northern California, Northern Marin County, when I sold it for, what was it, $1.2 million. I paid $900 for it, $940. 2 years almost to the day later, in a depressed market, I made $250,000 more on that house.
Remember when you said
I bet you that house today is at least $3.5–4 million.
Oh, of course. Remember when the people across the way from in front of you, when he saw you and a bunch of activities, and you said the man asked you, "What did you do?" And you asked him, "Well, what do you do?"
What you doing up in here? Yeah.
What you doing up in here behind this gate?
Yeah, it was a private gated street, only 3 houses on it. Now, B, you were in town when I brought my boat into Norfolk, right? You went out on that cruise.
Oh, my goodness, the boat. Yeah, that was very interesting and fun. Here he comes all the way from Chicago.
Well, actually, I was coming from North Carolina when I just picked up the boat. The boat was brand new.
Oh.
By the time I got up to Norfolk, what is it called? Seaside? Waterside. We pulled up there and docked there, and I called the family and had everybody come down to hang out and have fun on the boat and go out on a little cruise. So I ended up taking about 20 people out on a little cruise. But before we did that,
people you knew.
Yeah.
You know.
Family members and neighbors and what have you. But when we first pulled up there, it was my captain that I'd hired, first mate, and myself on the boat. We brought it up from Wrightsville Beach, North Carolina.
Oh.
And we picked the boat was brand new. We went to the factory. We stopped at Wrightsville to have some add-ons put on, the communication system, navigation, and some other bells and whistles. And then we left there and we came up to Norfolk. So when we pulled in, there were, people standing on the dock and just walking by, looking at the various boats and stuff that were there. And the captain and first mate was up on the bow of the boat, and I was down inside the boat doing something. And, and I heard this conversation going on. There was a guy walked up, and he was inquiring about the boat and how much it costs and who owned it and all that. So the captain and the first mate were very, kind of close-lipped about giving out too much information. And I think one of the questions that the guy asked is, well, what does the boat cost, like this? And the guy said, well, it's not my boat, but, if the owner comes up, you can ask him. So I came up, and I didn't hear that part of the conversation. I think I was towards the back of the boat. But anyway, when I came up, and the guy was still standing there, and the captain pointed me out. He said, well, here's the owner of the boat. You can ask him, the question. The guy said, you the owner of this boat? I said, yes, sir. He said, well, damn, I'd sell drugs, too, to get something like this. And I went, what? What are you talking about? Well, my captain and first mate were both white guys, real nice cats, and they went off. I had to stop them because they were about ready to tear this guy's head off. And they, man, what are you talking about? This man doesn't sell drugs. He's a radio broadcaster, professional, a nice guy. And what are you doing? What are you talking about? Get the hell away from this boat. They went off on this guy. When the captain, I don't think he was former. The first mate had just left the Coast Guard. So these were both qualified, seamen.
Right.
The captain had been captaining boats for 20 years. And they took offense to what this guy said.
I remember the incident, but I didn't know it went that far.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Sure did. Wow. I just shook my head and said, stupidity is alive and well. Now, we're talking 1988?
I think so.
Yeah.
Because I worked at and retired from Steel Incorporated, the chainsaw company.
Yeah.
Worldwide. And this chainsaw you see people using on TV is a Steel.
Yeah. They make good saws. Good product.
It's German.
Yeah.
Anything Germans make, they overbuild it. They overmake it.
Over-engineer it. Yep. Make it last forever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that was an interesting experience. It just shows the stupidity of people that he immediately went to something negative,
But we had a lot of fun, growing up. And the neighborhood we grew up in Lindenwood was one of the best neighborhoods that African Americans could grow up in. It was all professional doctors and principal of the school lived down the street and
business owners.
So then after the original owners passed away, now it's all beat up.
Yeah,
so
it's
the
changed.
young generation don't know how it was, back in the day. But it was a beautiful neighborhood.
Yeah, it was. And everybody had pride in their property and kept it up and, and all that.
And women had class.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Everybody knew each other. And they went to maybe 2 or 3 different churches. So it was a very nice community. And I'm really blessed. We are blessed to have had that experience.
But the man that owned the store, they were wealthy. They lived right across the street from us. They used to pluck Lee Michaels' head.
Mr. Faison. That was his thing. You walk in the store, and if you took too long to tell him what you wanted, he'd pluck you on the head. What are you doing, boy? Wake up. And I went to work for him. I went to work there. I worked at Captain Faison. Cap Faison, they used to call him. Was he a captain or something, or was that just a nickname?
Just a nickname.
He was a character. Every Sunday, the store was closed. He would be in his yard where we used to play football directly across the street from our house. Under the tree, it was a fig tree.
Exactly.
And he would take his nap every Sunday under the fig tree. And
Sure
the bees and all that was flying around, and I guess they never bothered him because he was right there in his little lawn chair.
Every house, I think, in the neighborhood had fig trees.
Yeah.
And I was beginning to think, is something biblical about that?
No, it's just an area that fig trees grew in. We had one in the backyard as well.
But also the Chessums, they were teachers, and the principal that lived behind us, they had a pomegranate tree.
That's right.
And we used to go over there and steal them.
You didn't have to steal them. They were giving them to you. The Chessums, Mr. Chessum was the principal of Jaycox Junior High School that we attended. Now, you went to, where did you go?
I went to Jaycox, but you went to Bowling Park Elementary.
But Jaycox was the junior high, and then from there we went to Booker T. But I thought you went to that other little school.
Liberty Park.
Liberty Park?
Uh-huh.
No.
Yes, I did. Can you imagine walking from Roberts Park to Liberty Park and nobody bothered you?
But what school was in Liberty Park?
Liberty Park Elementary.
Oh, okay. But what junior? You went to Jaycox?
And then when I finished Liberty Park, I went to Ruffner.
Ruffner. That's yeah. I didn't think you went to Jaycox.
Yeah, and can you imagine walking? Just think now, walking
That's
from
a good
Roberts
little walk.
Park. But still, nobody bothered me.
No.
Okay, so this is the thing, Mr. Sessoms.
Yeah.
He do that. You know, I was from a good family in Lindenwood and everything, and his in-laws lived right across the street from us.
The Abbotts.
So I met at Ruffner, and I must have been doing something that I wasn't supposed to be doing, and he saw that. And he told Mama to get me out of that house, to get me out of there.
Really?
Uh-huh. And I went to Jaycox.
Jaycox from there?
So
he was a bad girl?
I don't know what I was doing, but he knew it wasn't up to par.
Uh-huh.
And I told him that years ago.
Did he
so
remember
you never
that?
Know. I don't think he remembered, but can you imagine if he hadn't done something like that, no telling what I would have done or what kind of people I would have gotten in,
associated with.
Associated with.
Well, see, that was a great thing about during that era. Everybody knew each other, and you kind of looked out for each other. You know, I know times when we were in Lindenwood or Roberts Park or wherever, and if you were associated with somebody that wasn't a nice person, that had some questionable character about them, people would call your parents and say, "Hey, come and get your boy. He's out there with those bad boys," or whatever. And they looked out for each other.
But Lee Michaels had some birds or pigeons.
Oh, B, don't talk about.
And they got away from him.
Hey, what? Say that again.
Shut up.
He didn't take the wings off the pigeons, did he?
No, I was raising them.
And then he went out in the water, and the tide came in, and he had to walk out of the water.
Tide went out. I was on the Lafayette River in my little rowboat. And B, you remember the time when I rowed this boat from Lindenwood down the Lafayette River out into the Chesapeake Bay to Pier 12.
Oh, I don't know nothing about that. My mother, she couldn't find him, and she didn't know how to work the CB thing, and she got on it in the pantry and pushed all the buttons trying to find out where he was.
I was out there. The Coast Guard came up to me and said, "Boy, what are you doing?" I said, "I'm fishing." He said, "Yeah, but you're in like a 10-foot boat. You can't be out here. This is a restricted military area. You can't be here." I said, "Well, I don't know. I'm just fishing."
But he had a lot of
They ran me out of there
in the neighborhood that taught him a lot of things about fishing and hunting and stuff.
That's
Mr.
right.
Abbott, I didn't know you talked to him as much as you did.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he used to tell me about hunting and all that stuff. And what was the guy's name that gave me the boat? Lived down the street on the same side of West Avenue, down there towards the end.
I don't know about him.
His wife's name was Gladys.
Oh, yeah, I know who they were. They were, I know now.
Yeah, he gave me that boat.
I had no idea.
He had two boats. He had the rowboat, and then he had a maybe like a 16, 18-foot wooden boat that he used to go out fishing, and I would go out with him. And that's why I went out to Pier 12, because he used to take me over in that area in his motorboat. And I thought it was okay. I just rode that sucker. It took me all damn day to get over there. But to make a long story short, he taught me how to take the paint and the fiberglass off of a wooden boat, sand it down to the wood, and then replace it. So we did his big boat, and then he had this little rowboat sitting in the back of his garage, and it was beginning to decay, and it needed some repair. So he said, well, this is during the summertime. He said, let's fix this boat up back here. And so we scraped it down, sanded it down, and replaced some of the bad wood, and then put a couple of coats of fiberglass on it, and then painted it. And when we finished with that, we actually built a wooden carrier to put it on so that you could move it around. So we made that. And then when it was all finished, he says, that's your boat. He gave it to me. I went, what? Really? Are you kidding me? He says, yeah, you put all the work into it. It's all yours. And that's how I got that rowboat.
Also, Lee Michaels won all the baby contests.
Oh, you don't have to talk about that.
What?
He won all the baby contests.
Oh, here you
when
go.
he was small, when he was the size.
See, this is why you don't bring your sister on your radio show.
When he was six, look, when he was
Miss B,
six,
do you have any pictures of Lee Michaels as a baby?
I don't, but I think he has. It was beautiful.
I don't know where they are.
You won't let me see them.
When he was
I really
six,
don't know where they are.
Chris, when he was 6, he wore a size 6.
Oh, so you matched up even numbers-wise.
Yeah, that was a skinny kid. I remember my biggest frustration as a kid, I think I was in maybe junior high school. I have real skinny feet. And I wanted some penny loafers.
How do you have skinny feet?
Oh, shut up. Just listen to the story, okay? Don't start with me.
All right.
Gee whiz.
Weebity.
Yeah, I wanted some Converse All-Stars low cut, and I wanted some penny loafers. No, they weren't penny. It was Nunn Bush. You remember the Nunn Bush loafer?
Yeah, I remember that name. Well,
they didn't have a narrow width in either one of those shoes. I'd put my foot in the Converse, and it just slide right out. The smallest they could put my foot in. And the same thing with the Nunn Bush. So I was depressed. My mother and my Uncle Bill took me out shopping. We were trying to find these shoes to fit my feet. It didn't work. So I had to get some old knucklehead high tops so I could lace them up to keep them from slipping off my foot. But I wanted the cool low cuts. I couldn't do it. I can wear them now. But back in the day, they didn't make a narrow width.
Exactly. But Lee, when you were leaving Lindenwood with your school friends going to Booker T, you walked the track.
That's right, the train track.
And you never had a problem. And every time you turn around on the news, somebody's getting hit by a train.
That's crazy.
And you never had a problem, and that's the way you guys got to school.
Yeah. Sometimes we hop the train and we're running a little behind. If one was coming along, you jump on that sucker, and then when you get up to Princess Anne Avenue, you jump off and walk 2 blocks down to Booker T.
Now, I didn't know about that. We probably were in Lakehurst at that time.
Yeah. Nobody was supposed to know that I was doing that, okay?
Oh, my goodness, Lee Michaels. It was fun. It was so much fun.
I love my childhood.
He came home one time, and my mother had a black wig that looked like Barry White. Kevin put it on, took one of Lee's mics, act like he was singing. It did look like Barry White because Kevin was a little chunky.
Yeah, come here, baby.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, we had fun. We had a lot of fun, You know,
and Big Mama made the watermelon pickle. She made soap.
I made a metal pan at Jaycox Junior High School that she used to make the famous floating soap. B, did that float? The soap float like Ivory's? It's amazing.
And she wanted to give everybody some of that pickle. I'm like, Big Mama, okay, that's okay.
Yeah, watermelon rind pickle. They used to pickle every damn thing.
I have her picture. I have a picture of her. She's my angel, that's for sure. Her spirit is with me all the time.
Now, what was her favorite thing when she'd meet someone? What would she give them?
One of those little books.
A little prayer book.
It had Bible verses in it.
About the size of a match pad.
Exactly.
And it had maybe 10, 12 pages in it. And it had little Bible verses. And she would...
It must have been somewhere she ordered them. It must have been...
From a catalog. And she would get a box of them and give them away to people that she didn't even know. She'd come up to you and say, God bless you. How you doing? And I'm going to give you a little something here. And she'd shake their hands, and then when they take their hand away, this little book was in her hand.
Because Big Al has one. He took it with him when he went to the hospital.
No kidding.
He has one.
Wow.
Sure does.
That's special. And tell him to keep that forever.
And then our mother, when she learned how to do this, she crocheted. It was just a continuous granny square, and she made spreads that would fit a double bed.
Right.
And they paid her, you know, and she liked doing it. And when they would come to get it, she would just have to throw it down the steps because it was so big.
Yeah, and heavy.
Heavy.
Yep.
And I had one, and I sent it to Big Al, and he took that with him to the hospital.
See, those are special things that you just cherish.
He sure did.
Yeah, she gave me one, and I don't know which wife has it now, but it's somewhere in the world.
Wife?
Yeah, I don't know.
Hey, I ain't going there.
I've been hijacked by all of them.
Bamboozled and
led astray.
Yeah, exactly. Left lost and naked.
Oh man, that's not a good visual. Well, Miss B, let me say this up front, Miss B. I want to thank you for being on the show. It's been
it's
great
my pleasure.
The both of you, of course, love each other and very fond of each other and great memories. But you and I need to get your number.
Oh, no.
I want to hear more stories about Lee.
No,
and I can throw it back at him from time to time.
Shut up. I'm going to cut you off right now.
Ain't no way he's giving out his phone number.
Now, I'll give you my number. He got my number, but I'm not going to give you B's number.
I want B's number.
No,
Miss B, can I have your number?
No. She might tell too much, you know. No.
That's what I'm waiting for, right? That's right.
Hell no. No. Nope.
Oh, my goodness. Hey, Lee, when we were in Florida, I thought I was going to go to Key West.
We didn't make it to Key West?
No.
Well, I tell you what.
Emergency surgery.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. All right, well, we'll talk about that the next time, but I'm going to take you to Key West so you can experience that. It's a little weird, but you'll get a kick out of it.
No, I want to come out there so you can take me on that drive.
Mulholland.
The winding Mulholland.
Yeah, okay.
You know how
that's
I like
deal.
to see all that stuff.
Yeah, that insignificant bullshit you like, yes.
Well, once you get, situated.
Okay. That's a done deal. I promise you. We'll do that.
Okay. But it was my pleasure. It's Chris, right?
Yeah, Chris
That's
Bates.
right, yes. Yes.
And and everybody's on Facebook. I'm on Facebook 24. And I have a tablet, Lee.
Oh, no. The world has come to an end.
But
B is on a tablet.
When I got my first computer, Lee was the one that helped me because it's very intimidating.
No.
And I would call him.
She wouldn't listen.
But no, and he would try to help me, and he said, it's all... What was the word you were saying? It was just all...
Intuitive. It's simple. Just click on the button. Don't worry about it. You're not going to break it. All right, B, we got to go. The end of the show here. The next show is coming on.
Okay.
Love you. I'll talk to you later.
Okay. And bye-bye, Chris and Lee.
Bye-bye.
Love both of you. Okay. Bye-bye.
I'm going to give her a talk show. She can go, right? That's my sister B. All right, thanks, folks, for listening. We'll be back tomorrow at 10. Pacific time. That's noon Midwest, 1 o'clock on the East Coast. God bless, take care, and be nice to somebody. Bye-bye.